Good evening to all. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm really sorry. I had some urgent work, so that I think I have joined on time. I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we wait for a few more minutes? Then other can join. Is there anyone from Academy, SKRGC Academy?
Yes, ma'am. Good
Yes,
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Shall we wait for another few minutes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. 2 minutes, ma'am.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Shall we start the session, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome you all to the 5 days International Faculty Development Program titled Rise of AI in Language and Linguistics. I would like to call Mrs.B.R. Ramadevi, ma'am, to deliver the welcome address.
Sir, excuse me. Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs.S.ANITHA will deliver the welcome address, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Today's session, Mrs.S.ANITHA for welcome address. Vote of thanks is K. Sudha.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
A very good evening to one and all present here. May I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A very good evening to one and all present here. It is indeed my privilege and great pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to this gathering on the occasion of the International Conference on Rise of AI in Language and Linguistics, held today, the 2nd September 2025. With deep respect and admiration, I warmly welcome our beloved and visionary principal, Dr. K.S. Gomati ma'am, whose inspiring leadership and constant encouragement continue to guide us in every step of our academic journey. Welcome, ma'am. It is also my delight to extend a cordial welcome to our dynamic Vice Principal, Dr. S. Mahima ma'am, whose unwavering support and motivating presence have always been a great source of strength to all of us. Welcome, ma'am. I take great pride in welcoming our dedicated administrative officer and esteemed head of the Department of English, Mrs.S.ANITHA, along with the eminent founder of SKRGC, Dr. M. Satish Kumar sir, and the project manager, Ms. P.Saranya-Devi, from the SKRGC group, whose visionary leadership and tireless dedication have been instrumental in organizing this conference. It is now my proud privilege to introduce our eminent chief guest, Dr.R.ABEETHA ma'am, a highly respected academician and prolific researcher with over 17 years of teaching experience. She currently serves as an assistant professor at Vels Institution, Chennai, and has successfully completed her PhD at university with more than 40 research publications, innovative patents, and active contributions to professional bodies like English Language Teachers Association of India. She stands as a visionary educator and passionate scholar. We are truly honored and privileged to have such an eminent scholar and passionate researchers with us today. The chosen theme, Rise of AI in Language and Linguistics, is indeed timely, thought-provoking, and highly relevant in today's world, as artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming the way we perceive, teach, and study languages. This conference will no doubt open new avenues for insightful discussions and innovative knowledge and sharing. A very special and heartfelt welcome to all the eminent faculty members from various renowned educational institutions and colleges who have joined us today to enrich this platform with their scholarly presence. Last but not least, I extend my warmest welcome to my dear colleagues and enthusiastic fellow participants whose energy, commitment, and involvement make this event truly meaningful. Once again, I extend my heartfelt welcome to everyone present here and wish the conference grand
Thank you, ma'am.
success. Thank you.
I would like to call today's speaker, Dr.R.ABEETHA, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Vels Institute of Technologies. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And I want to correct. I'm really sorry to mention Anitha, ma'am. When you started, you said it's an international conference, but I hope it is not international conference. It's an FDP. Anyway, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So I hope my screen is visible. Are you able to see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today,
Ma'am.
we know, yeah, yes, ma'am. Do any one of you want to talk, ma'am? Shall I start? Shall I start, guys? Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Today, I think my screen is visible. We are having the FDP for 5 days. This is the second day. I am Dr.R.ABEETHA, and Anitha ma'am has introduced to me well. Today's topic is AI in English literature from analysis to authorship. Now we are using AI in our daily life. So we are not able to separate AI in our life. If we want to write any report, or if we want to write a letter, we get help from AI tools. So we are using so many tools. And I'm not really going to say about the AI tools which we are going to use in our daily life. My intention is, how do we use AI in literature? How do we use AI in literature, and how did we use, and what is the current development that we are that AI has done in the literature, that we are going to discuss in this FDP, means in this session. So artificial intelligence, how did it play, that we are going to learn, because we need to know about the history of AI, history of literature. Means AI, how did we use AI in previous days, and now we use AI, we are not able to separate it in our life. But before, when we, I think, and I'm talking about beginning of 20th century, we did not use more chatbot or any AI tools. But now we are in the 21st century. In the 21st century, we started to use all the AI tools, and many of us may aware of many AI tools. And when you are a research scholar or doing some work, they also need help of AI tools. They know that how do we can use it. But we need to understand what is the development of AI done in our literatures, that I'm going to discuss in this session. So first, I want to give the explanation about AI tools. How does it help us? It can be, when we want to read a book, Before previous days, we need to spend some time to read everything, but now we are using AI tool. It can easily summarize in few minutes. So it can find ideas, it can bring everything. It doesn't only summarize, it says about what is the abstract and what are the theme is discussed in the particular book and what are the characters. What we want to know, it makes us as a summary, it brings as a summary. So we no need to spend more time to read a book. So AI tools started to help us to read books, and it also can write. Now, if we want to write any Tamil poems, we no need to write on our own. No need to think about it. If we type in chat GPT, then it makes some poems, stories, books, everything. And if we are having any questions, and machines answers immediately. But we have to think that whether AI can feel or imagine like people, it is not possible, because we only can feel, we can only having the imagination power. AI is already designed by human being only. So it is a program. It is designed only by human being. But now we are really having the idea that whether AI can dominate our life. Yes, it is slowly, it has started to dominate our life, but we need to feel proud of that. AI tools also designed only by human being. But in this topic, what do I want to talk? Because I'm talking about the literatures, and my topic is analysis to authorship. Means we are using AI tools only to analysis, doing analysis. So you wanted to read a book, how can you analyze it? But instead of reading books, we can use ChatGPT or any AI tools. Elicit.com. It is an AI tool. Elicit. This tool, when you upload it, it is separated all the scatter. It says about the theme. It says about the literary style. It says about characters. It says about the summary of this work. Everything you can get it. It's separated everything. Elicit AI tools. So we are using AI tools, but we are to analyze a book or to analyze any literature, we are able to use AI. But slowly AI started to write stories. Started to write books. It started to write poems. So who can claim the authorship? That is the questions I am going to discuss in this work. And we are only designed the AI, as I said before. So we are not, AI tools cannot claim authorship. So human being only can claim authorship, and according to our law also, our law, we are having some laws, and we are following some rules and regulation. When we are write books or anything, we need to follow few rules and regulation. According to the law, it doesn't allow AI to claim authorship. Human being only can claim authorship for a book. And now I want to say about the brief history of AI entrance into the literary world. So how did AI entered? As I said before, we did not have, in previous days, we did not have AI tools. And who is in 40 years old also can remember that when we studied in colleges, we only depended on libraries. But now in our contemporary life, in our current generation, we can depend on only so many AI tools and Google. So it has changed. The way of studying also changed. But how did it started? We need to know how did it get development, AI entrance in literature field. And Frankenstein and Sandman. These are the books, name of the books. Frankenstein was written by Mary Shelley, and the Sandman was written by E.T.A. Hoffman. Both of them have written the book. So this book slowly started. But first, I want to say about the Frankenstein. What is the summary of this work? In this work, he wrote dead body parts, the body parts of a dead body was animated by science and it got a new life. It started to dominate the world. That is the summary of the books. Frankenstein. That is the summary of the book Frankenstein. I hope I can repeat once again. Dead body body parts of the dead body. It was animated by science. Means it got the life, and the dead body of the parts started to it has become like an artificial intelligence, and it started to dominate the world. That was the summary of the book of Frankenstein, and it was written by Mary Shelley, and it was written in the 19th century. Think about that, it was before 200 years. And the Sandman, it was written by E.T.A. Hoopman. What is the story? There was a mechanical doll named Olympia. That doll, it is an artificial, and protagonist Nathaniel loved Olympia. That was the story. So machine and human being started to love. And there is the groundwork of the work Sandman. So think that in the period of 19th century, they started to write about this was a fiction, like a fiction. It was the imagination, but we can take that because being they used machinery, so we can think that it may be the early works of AI in stories, means artificial intelligence in stories. In the 20th century, Christopher Stark and Alan Turing created a program on the Manchester Mark I. What is the program? It is called the Manchester Mark. It was a program. Both of them created a program. It was called the Manchester Mark. And the program started to write love letters. Means that is the first example of AI-generated literature. So 20th century only, we can treat that AI-generated literature, literatures was written. That Manchester Mark was in a program. And how did they do? Both of them, Christopher and Alan, they inserted some words, affectionate, lovingly, and some letters they inserted in the program. So this program started to write love letters. So it is considered as the first AI-generated literature. And the next early AI program, we can take some program 1960 and 1980. In the period, Joseph Weizenbaum built ELISA. It is also a program. So AI tools means we can say that a program is designed by human being, is called AI tools. So Joseph Weizenbaum, he built ELISA. ELISA, it was considered like a physiotherapist, and it gave gave answer to all who are having some conversation. If they are having some doubt in psychology, it started to give answer. So it may be also considered as the first AI program in the period of 20th century. And after 29, in the 21st century, 2019 to 2020, we had the transformer model. Transformer model means GPT-2 and GPT-3 are called a transformer model. And it started to write better than previous model. They become more fluent and meaningful. Authors also started to using them for co-writing. What is the meaning of co-writing? Because author also can claim authorship. They had some imagination, but they used to develop the story, the theme. They used GPT-2 and GPT-3 in the period of 21st century. And scholar like Dennis White-Denon, he studied AI, how does AI affects in literature, and he thought that AI can be treated as a creative thinkers. Later in 2023, a novel was written. It is considered as a proudable movement, and 90% of work was done by only AI. Death of a novelist. A novella co-written by GPT-3 and author was Stephen Mark. Stephen Mark, he had the idea, but GPT-3 only wrote the 90% of work. Stephen Mark only edited and he organized the book. But without human being, we are not able to do anything. That we need to keep in our mind. And this is the brief history of AI tools. And even though we are having some creative tool, before we did not use this GPT or AI tools to write it, but we used as an analytical tool in literature. Analytical means, as I said before, we can analyze everything. What are the themes? What are the literary techniques have been used in the work, and what are the characters? What are the summary of the work? And what is this? What are the important things we can discuss in the particular work? Well, it can be used only to analyze the work in the period of till 21st century. 21st century. And what are the AI analytical tool have been used to analyze literature work that we are going to learn? Text mining and NLP. Text mining, it is a computational tool. It helps to analyze large amount of text automatically. So text mining is a tool, and it analyzes large amount of text. It means if you want to analyze so many books, it can analyze easily in few minutes. It used to do it. And NLP is natural language program, and it helps the computer understand and process human language. So in a writing, it can understand and process human language. The both of them helped to analyze the work. And the second, computational stylistics. What is the meaning of computational stylistics? It is also a tool. It is used to identify literary style and authorial voice. What is the meaning of authorial voice? Means what was the theme has been mentioned in the particular work. That is authorial voice. Means author, what does author want to convey in the work? Those things were analyzed only by the computational stylistics. It is also a program, it is also a computational tool. And distant reading. Distant reading is also a method. It was introduced by Franco Moretti, and he used close reading. What is the meaning of close reading? What is the meaning of distant reading? Means you can really understand one or two texts in detail, and when the scholar analyzes thousands of books at once with the help of computers. So that is called a distant reading. So if a scholar wanted to learn about what are the important things, want to analyze 1,000 books, he can do at once. That is distant reading. And across from the different culture, we can use it. That is called a distant reading. Example here, a scholar wanted to analyze Indian writing or English writing or Australian writing. What are the novels want to write? He can analyze with the help of distant reading. It is also a method. Across the culture, we can use it. And that is what is the machine learning? It is called distant reading. Machine learning means there is an AI tool. And who has coined the word distant reading? Moretti. In 2013, means 21st century, he coined the word distant reading. And I hope you are able to understand what is the meaning of distant reading. I want to say once again, if a scholar want to analyze more than the different cultured book, he can do at once with the help of machine learning. That is called distant reading. Means different cultures' work can be analyzed at the same time. And the word distant reading was coined by Moretti. Coined means he only selected the word for distant reading. And hypothesis analysis, hypothesis development. Hypothesis development is also a computational tool to form text and refine ideas about literatures. So, you know that hypothesis means we can how to find out what are the ideas and when they were used in the work, and they used tools, variant and topic. The tool analysis tool help to find out literary theories, everything, and Rockwell and Sinclair in 2016 has mentioned this Voyant and topic modeling software were used. And the Voyant tools are as an online text analysis tool. And the next topic modeling software also an online analyzing tool. So we used all the tool in the period of 21st century and 20th century. And we used sentimented analysis also. So when we analyzed, as I said before, we are talking only about analyzing. Later we can talk about authorship. Before till 21st century, and we used AI tools only to analyze the literature. So we are learning about what are the tools had been used in the period, and we are learning about the developments of AI tools used to analyze the literary works. Sentimental analysis, emotional shift, mood changes, and character developments, everything were analyzed with the help of machine learning. And named entity recognitions means we are talking about what does it mean? It is also a computational method in NLP. So you know that what is the meaning of NLP? NLP is the nature language processing. Means it can identify human language. It is also a program. It can understand human language in your work. This is also one of the computational method named entity recognition. So what does it do? This method is the part of NLP. NER is the part of NLP. It can identify only personal pronoun or noun in a work. It can easily identify nouns of a literary work. So I wanted to analyze a work, a book. So I am using NLP. NLP means NLP can only analyze human language. So in the work I can understand human language, but NER is also one of the part of the NLP. It can identify only the characters' names, and it can identify only names and in the text what are the names are used. Personal pronoun are also we can identify with using of computational tool. It is also in a computational method. Next, diachronic studies and comparative study. Diachronic study means how look at how literature and the language and the theme change over time. Diachronic means we know that it can traces the evaluation of styles. Means in 2000, before 19th century, they used a different style of writing. And when we started, many writers gave importance only to spiritual things. And we know that in this period, Renaissance period also, many writers focused only on spiritual context. So yet diachronic is also a method. It is used in AI tools. It traces the evaluation of style. So which period, what are the styles are used in the literary works. And the comparative studies, it want to compare cultures, language, and the traditions used in different century. So diachronic and what is the meaning of diachronic and the comparative studies? Both of them are method used in the AI tools. Means NLP, natural language processing. And a stylometric analysis also, it is a digital method. I know that all the things what I have mentioned here are method used in analytical tools. Stylometric analysis also a method. It understand about the authorship attributions, especially disputed or anonymous text. Means it can identify who is the author and what is his qualification and where he belong to, he or she belong to. Authorship attribution can be identified by stylometric analysis. And the next, inclusive literary study. Inclusive means we can understand that. Inclusive means it talks about everything. It includes everything, like a non-canonical, minority, vernacular text using scalable and unbiased method. This is also the method. It can accept everything. So inclusive means we are having so many literature study, means we are having so many literary works, means spiritual works and Gothic works and warfare works, everything. We are having so many literary study, and these tools can analyze all this kind of literary study. That is called inclusive literary study. Now, before we are discussing only about analysis tool, now we are going to learn how does AI use as a creative agent. Now we are going to learn about how does it can climb as an authorship. Because when we want to write anything, we are getting the help of all the AI tools what we are using in our daily life. So before, what happened that we are going to learn about previous development. And before, we used chat GPT and pseudo write in easy to understand points. So ASA, we had GPT-3, GPT-4 before before the advanced level. And ChatGPT is a powerful AI writing tools. We know that ChatGPT, we are using ChatGPT for everything. And students are using to write even leave letters, and they are, if you want to write a essays, you can to write. And if you want to write a report, you can get the help from ChatGPT. So we can learn everything through ChatGPT. And we can do summarization, we can do conversation, even if we want to chat GPT-4 technology can even write poetry, essay, everything. And it helps to generate ideas and anything. So ChatGPT support brainstorming, improving grammar, sentence structure, and tone. So we are having a lot of ChatGPT means AI tools. So if you want to write a paper articles, what do? You need to identify literature review. So means we want to know previous works, and we can use Elicit. Elicit is the tool, AI tool. We can, if we use the tool, if you type that related to your topic, it will bring so many papers on your topic. So you can see that the Elicit tool, ELICIT, Elicit tool, it can separate you everything. What you need, it can gives you more information. It gives abstract. It gives what are the keywords. It gives what are the themes are analyzed. It says about what are the characters are involved, and what it says about the summary of the story. Everything is available in Elicit. According to your need, it can separate it and it can give it. So ChatGPT started to use brainstorming. Brainstorming means to begin a work. If you want to write a letter, an article, it helps you. Elicit helps you to do brainstorming. And improving grammar, we are having Grammarly, and we can check it out whether our grammar is right or not. And the sentence structures and tone. How do we use it? Everything can be identified, can be find out through ChatGPT, and we are having so many AI tools. And next, but even though we are having so many AI tools, we need human input. Human input means we have a person, a human being should guide the AI tools. Means he should design, and he only can help the ChatGPT to find out. So all the AI tools needs a human being in the background. And we can price the ChatGPT for making everything easy and versatile, because it is really does creative work, and it can help us in both academic and non-academic. So we have to think that AI tools are really helpful. And before pseudo-write was written, pseudo-write is built for fiction writer. In pseudo-write is also one of the AI tools. It helps you to build characters, settings, and advanced story. And next tool method is story engine. Story engine also organizes full narratives. It talks about plot, it talks about scene, and it talks about arc step by step. Next, we can improve, boost sensory details. So describe is also really important, and we can see that so many descriptions available in using the method described. So what I have mentioned here, they are the creative tools and their methods. Brainstorming and Canvas support complex planning. So brainstorming means who is starting this anything, who starts the presentation, that is called a brainstorming, and who is learning everything, that is called a brainstorming. So Canvas support complex plotting. Plotting, what does it means? These tools helps you subplots the character motivation, encouraging non-linear storytelling. Some downside of pseudowrite. So what is the difference? What is the disadvantages in pseudowrite? Pseudowrite is a tool. It can be used for the writers to do their work properly. So what is the disadvantage? It has some only limited word count. And if we need to have the free access, we need to pay price. That is the difference between, that is the disadvantage in pseudowrite. And we are having ChatGPT and pseudowrite. Both of the tools support the writing process. ChatGPT offers general writing. Pseudowrite gives genre-specific guidance for fiction. And next, writers still need to edit. Even those writers started to create content through IT tools, they need editing. Now, previous slides, we have learned that what are the development of AI tools in the field of analytical and creative as well. But now we are going to learn about what are the application we are using in literary analysis, and we are using NLP and machine learning to explore and interpret literatures. NLP, as I said, it is natural language processing. It used entity recognition. What is the meaning of entity recognition? It identifies the name of the characters and also places across the novel. And the next, nature language processing helps sentiment. How does it identify sentiment? According to the tone of voice in poems. So in the poems, when they are using tone of voice, it is able to identify tone of the voice in poems. Topic modeling, natural language processing helps you to topic modeling. Topic modeling is discovering hidden themes in a large corpus. What is the meaning of corpus? Corpus means you can learn many literature in the same place. That is called a corpus. Many literatures you can read it at the same time, at the same place. So we are using NLP in literary and ML in literary analysis. So I hope NLP, in natural language processing literary analysis, we understand that named entity recognition. A named entity recognition means sentiment analysis, analyzing tone of voice in poems. And entity recognition means, as I said before, N.E.R, it recognizes only the personal pronoun, places, nouns. It recognizes noun. And the topic modeling is also the method. It helps you to find out the themes. So natural language processing only has three methods. First one, N.E.R. Second one, sentiment analysis. Third one, topic modeling. This is the three methods we are using in NLP for doing analysis. And ML in literary analysis, machine learning. Training models to classify genre or authorship. So machine learning helps you to identify literary analysis. What does it does? It identify genres and authorship. Detecting stylistic picture of an author and writing. Predicting plot structure or emotional arc. Now, application of AI, NLP or machine learning in literary analysis. As we studied in previous slide, we understand that NLP and machine learning plays important role for analyzing literary works. And we know that NER is really important. Here, stylometric, author style detection, and uses ML, machine learning. We are using this to identify theme and genre classification. Ted Underwood. It is a method. It analyzed 4 lakh plus novels with ML to study how literary genre evolved. So here they want to know about the genre of the work or theme of the work. They can use they can use this theme. They can use these applications, theme and genre classification. Topic modeling, tools like latent diglotic allocations help find hidden themes in large text set. So what are the tools are used? Theme and genre classification is also a tool. Topic modeling is also a tool that is used to identify everything. And how does sentiment and emotion can be analyzed? That we are using emotional tone, character, feeling, and flash shapes. Kim and Klinger, 2018. Kim and Klinger, he wanted to establish that tools like graph neural network and portrayal show how characters interact and evolve. So some AI tools, it started to find out the characters, means neural networks, and how does the character interact and evolve. Everything can be identified by that. And education essay analysis. This is also one of the application. It can be used in machine learning. As I said before, machine learning helps you to identify, to analyze everything, all the sort of work. What is the style, what is the theme, and NLP helps you only to identify language, human language. So NLP means only it helps you to identify human language. Machine learning identify all the sort of analysis. Means it can analyze everything. Means what are the theme, what are the style, and what is the main theme. Everything can be analyzed only, but only by machine learning. And one more application of AI in creative writing. So what are the application? We have discussed some application. Now we are having some more application tool. Hybrid writing. Hybrid writing also AI generated text, and it helps you to edit or shape into the final work. Full length fiction co-authorship. This is also that it is also like in a method. So death of an author, I said already, it was written by Stephen Mark. It was the first AI written, so first AI work. And 95% of writing was done by only ChatGPT and pseudo-write. Both of the AI tools were used. And so it can also, that application can also allow co-authorship. But it cannot write on its own, but slowly it started to write on its own. But someone should edit, someone should arrange it as a work, so that human being help is really mandatory to do everything, to write a paper or to write a book. And AI also mimics the famous authors. And how does AI tools write any works? Means how does it write a story? How does it write a novel? How does it write everything? Because it mimics famous author like Dickinson, Kafka, Shakespeare. Because their work were uploaded in the work, it mimics, it does the imitations. It has, as I said before, it is in a program. AI tools is a program designed by human being. So they give a direction of others writers, famous writers' work. So it started to imitate the style, because it cannot create its own idea. But now the advanced AI tools also can mix with their its own style with our ancient, means our previous writer style. And some creative support tool also we are using, because it helps you for poetic lines, unusual narrative path. Collective poetry tools and also device. Example, Zio Ice helps users to co-write poems, generate poetic responses. Microsoft Zio Ice or Google Vels. There are the tools. It helps to write poetry, but it cannot write on its own. It can do only the co-write poems. Means writer should write and it can help us. It can help us. But there is some disadvantages in this creativity and also authorship. Because as I said before, when I started, we know that no law allows AI tools to claim authorship. So AI generated work confused the idea of authorship. The author, who can be author? Because we can see that Stephen Mark was an author. We are able to see, even though it was written by AI tools, by pseudo-write and ChatGPT, authorship can be claimed only by Stephen Mark because he only edited, he only helped to the tools to make it. But 90% work was done by only AI tools. 5% work was only done by a human being, but a human being only can claim for authorship. And AI lacks intention and consciousness. It is also the disadvantages because AI cannot have the thought or emotions, because the emotions and feelings only experienced by human being. We can insert it, we can support it to AI tools, but AI cannot do it. If we program all the emotions and feelings to AI, it can also feel it. I think an advancement in advanced tool we can have it. And authorship becomes a hybrid effort because authorship hybrid means we know that mix of human input and machine output. So human input is really mandatory. Human should input and do some input so that we can get a machine output. And legal and ethical issues, copyright law never follow AI writing as to claim authorship. Current law assume that a human author leaving AI works in legal, it is called a gray area with unclear rights and ownership. Means if AI claimed that it is for authorship, it cannot be claimed and it is considered as a gray area. Gray area means the unclear rights and ownership. So a human being only can claim for authorship. And ethical concern over AI creativity. Yes, always some ethics. We are a human being. When human being write in the human being creativity, we are bothering about ethical concern. What is the meaning of ethical concern? We are following, giving importance to moral. We are giving importance for everything. But when AI writes, it has no ethical concern. It doesn't write for society. When a human being cannot write against the society or cannot mislead your society by his writing or her writing. But as an AI tool, it never bother about the ethics. It can write it on its own. What are the input we give? It will make it as an output. So that it is also legal ethical issues. And if it writes something and we are not able to blame at it because we know that it cannot have the creativity. It is a machine only, and it is programmed by only human being. Next, philosophical views on AI creativity. Philosophical view means what is it? That means we are having some questions about it because some authors whom I have mentioned here, they are saying that we are not able to claim single author. We know that Barthe, he always claimed that a writer cannot claim his authorship because the reader only can give meaning to a work. So Barthe always doesn't accept that an author cannot be an author, and only the reader can give meaning to a text. And Foucault also, authorship is a social concept. Sertu also says that AI cannot claim and we cannot rework with AI. Bakhtin and Hales, they are saying that human and machine can have the creativity and evolve together. They are supporting all the authors who I have mentioned here. They can support to AI tools because 5 of them are they are not thinking that a single author cannot claim their authorship because the readers only can claim for authorship. They only can bring the meaning to the text. And what are the advantages of AI as a creative agent? means it can boost creative thinking. Example, if I have any idea, if I need some support, so I can get help from that, and then it can bring some support from other works so that I can have some creativity. I can augment my creativity. Augment my creativity means I can, my creativity will be increased, get increased. And surprising output, machine generated suggestion offer unexpected turns or fresh stylistic input, and it can imitate literary devices, allowing user to experiment, and it helps for collaboration opportunity. Yes, because AI can only collaborate with the human being, human and machine. These are some advantages. And tools like Zeolus, it can engage a large audience and brought poetry into new digital spaces. So so many poet, they use the tool Zeolus to make a large audience. So when they are importing their poem in this tool, and they can AI tool also helps to bring more audience, and poet can also enjoy this kind of advantages. And scalability can analyze massive amount of text quickly. That we know that AI tools easily can access a massive amounts of text immediately. So here we want to know about big Ramayana or Mahabharata. You know that Ramayana and Mahabharata is really a great work and a very lengthy work. And here we want to know the summarization. If you type in ChatGPT or so many AI tools, you can it analyzes and it brings everything in few seconds. So you can understand what is everything in few minutes. That means analyze scalability and objectivity, unbiased empirical data to support or challenge literary theories. So objectivity means it's unbiased. We know that AI tools always works based on data. So what are the data it gets and what are the data in it does. So it can challenge the literary theories, and it can also recognize the pattern, hidden themes, and the connection that human may miss. So it can detect. And inclusivity, as I said, inclusivity means we can include many things and we can bring, we can do it. Promotes the study of underrepresented or overlooked literary voices. Means some works underrepresented means some works are denied by the society. They think that it is not no need to give importance for that, or overlooked means rejected as separated books. But it can promote, AI tools can promote all the work. It means it based on, it works based on the data, so it can also promote and support human interpretations. Example, human being, we are having some limitations. We are not able to represent anything what we like. We are not able to speak right about the religion as we like. We know that Salman Rushdie had written a work and he was given fatwa because of his writing satanic verses. But if we AI tool writes means no issue, no, because it doesn't claim for authorship, and no one can blame at AI tools. So that is called inclusivity. A support human interpretation means it can replaces literary scholar in their analysis. Means it can also support human understanding. So what are the understanding I have? It can also support to my understanding. But there are some disadvantages in this AI tools using for the analyzing and also for the writing, for the authorship. And we are not able to say who is the true author, because whether the machine or the editor or the person who also generate the first idea, because machine cannot create as writing on its own. Human being should behind it, and he has to put some value for that, so that some idea for that, then human machine can generate it. So who can claim for authorship? That is the big questions. And ownership of AI generated content is still legally unclear. So as we said, the work was written by the guy, the death of the death of the writer, no one can claim ownership because AI generated. We know that 95% of work was written by AI generated work, and 5% only Stephen contributed. So Stephen cannot legally claim that his work. It is also clear, not clear. I don't know. It's not clear. Threat to traditional authorship. Threat means before we had some traditional guidelines. So according to the traditional guidelines, only author wrote poems, they wrote works, every works. But now we don't have any guidelines, traditional guidelines, and we are using AI tools and we are writing this. This has also become as a threat to traditional authorship. And next, mixed reaction in the literary world. Some authors are excited, others are uncertain and critical of AI creative tools. We get the mixed reactions. Few authors, they are feeling that it is great. We can use AI tools for our writing. But some authors are got confused. Why should we use AI tools for creative role? So we are having some mixed reactions in the literary world against AI tools, which can be used for the literary works. And there are some disadvantages in AI tools, using AI tools in literary field. Lack of human nuance. Nuance means you know that a new idea, new thought, new insight. That will be that will be less because AI aids interpretation but cannot replace human insight or emotional understanding. So we are having some nuance. Nuance means we are having some innovative idea, our insight, our emotion. 100% we are not able to make AI to understand. We can input, we can upload some our input, but we are not able to 100% upload it all our emotionals or human insight. Human insight means our thoughts to AI. That is lack. That is the disadvantage. Next, over reliance on data. We know that it works really based on data, AI tools. And now we are not giving importance to literature, but we are giving importance to statistics. So why do we need statistics? So when we convert literature to statistics, we are able to convert as a data. So we are slowly we give importance to we are not giving importance to literature, but we are giving importance to the statistics. And tool limitations. Tool limitation means literary aspect may be difficult for AI to fully grasp. As I said before, it cannot understand the metaphor or irony, and we are using so many literary techniques that it will be difficult to understand for AI. These are some disadvantages in AI. But now we are having some advanced level technique, advanced AI tools. So we slowly we need to design advanced AI tools to make everything understand. So I hope you understand. I can recap once again what did I say. My intention is not to introduce you what are the AI tools we are using in our daily life. My intention is how AI used in our English literature, and before we used for analysis, and we slowly started to use for our authorship. But even though we used for analysis, and we are not able to bring it as to claim it for authorship. This I wanted to explain, and I did. I explained about the previous development and what are the developments we have today in our contemporary period. Guys, I think I am audible, and I think you are able to follow me. Are you able to? Did you follow me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I
Yes,
think.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I think I can wind up the session now. The time to wind up the session, and I thank you for giving this opportunity to the college and also to our organization academy. I thank you for giving this opportunity, guys. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Saranya Devi, ma'am. If you are having any questions, ask me, then I am ready to answer you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes,
I'm Anuradha from P.H. Krishnamal College for Women, Coimbatore, ma'am. I have one
Yeah.
question. Excellent presentation, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, ma'am. And my question is, how could a translation of an indigenous source language to text language could be done with AI tools?
Yes, ma'am. Now AI tools are used for translation, but I hope that it is not possible to do, ma'am, because we are using some indigenous words, ma'am. Example, I can say an example. We are using. You can try when we are writing in a story. My friend drank my drunken tea means HLT. என்னோட HLT-யை என் ஃப்ரெண்டு ஷேர் பண்ணி குடிச்சான். If I want to say, want to translate it, we can use our so many AI tools are available for a translation. But when you are using want to translate HLT, it says that chewed tea or used to tea. It doesn't say that what is the meaning I want to convey in my language, my means my in my mother tongue. So we can use I'm not really aware of that. What are the AI tools can be used for translation? We can use it, but we are not able to completely depend on AI tools for translation, ma'am. We need to think that for HLT we can see that if we are use the chewed tea means we get some different feeling that no one will drink our chewed tea. So what can I use? Already drunken tea, that something I can use it instead of AI used words. You can try, and you can try translation work using ChatGPT something. Then you can find out, ma'am. You are not able to translate what are the words are given by the AI tools. It translate all the word blindly, ma'am. It doesn't give the emotion. What are the emotion we wanted to say? It doesn't convey.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, tasted tea. You are right, ma'am. Tasted tea may be the right option, but
Thank you,
when
ma'am.
you are,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. Do you have any other question? If there is no question, we can wind up the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing such a valuable information with us, ma'am.
Saranya, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Shall we wind up the session, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jayalakshmi.
Ma'am, shall I call for vote of thanks?
Yes.
It's time for vote of thanks. I would like to call Mrs. K. Sudha, ma'am, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to everyone. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion of the International Conference on Rise of AI in Language and Linguistics. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr.R.ABEETHA Ramakrishnan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Vels Tech, for gracing this event with her presence and enlightening us with her inspiring thoughts about literary analysis to authorship using AI tools. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to express my sincere thanks to our respected principal, Dr. Gomadi, ma'am,
Thank you.
and Vice Principal, Dr. Mahima, ma'am, our AO, Administrative Officer, and the Head of the Department, Mrs. Srirega, ma'am, and the Organizing Committee for their constant support and encouragement in maintaining this FDP as success. I gratefully acknowledge the presence of the distinguished faculty members from various institutions who have joined us today. My heartfelt thanks to also go to my colleagues, organizing committee members, and dear participants whose enthusiasm and teamwork have been the backbone of this successful event. Once again, I thank everyone present here for contributing to the success of day 2. We look forward to your continued support and participation in the coming session as well. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all to the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. We
Thank
shall
you,
meet
thank
in.
Yeah, thank you.